growing up in 2023 is
challenging. I think that would be the best way to describe it.
The internal feeling was, I am nothing.
You don't want to tell someone that you've had thoughts of suicide.
No matter, how low you're feeling or whatever it is that you're going through, find somebody that you can tell.
It was, I am worthless.
You're worried that someone might not understand, might judge you.
I do not bring anything to this world, so what is the point of me being in it?
According to the CDC, in 2021, suicide was the second leading cause of death for young people between the ages of 20 and 34 in the US. In that same year, one person died by suicide every 11 minutes. In 2012, 25-year-old Sarika Agarwal could have been one of them.
Just bring me back to 14. You're really low. What were the thoughts going through your head? What did that feel like? All I saw was that pain, and I didn't think that pain would ever end. And that's why I tried taking my own life. I had a family that loved me so much, and they really wanted to see me better, but there was always so much pressure to be happy.
Sarika was diagnosed with anxiety and depression at 13 years old. She cites her perfectionistic tendencies and search for external validation as the root of her suffering, which she says began in the classroom.
100 is perfect, 99 is not.
Sarika says she feels as if suicide survivors and those who die by suicide are misunderstood.
A lot of people, because of that, they view things like suicidality as, selfish and being weak. It's not wanting to die, it's wanting your pain to end. And people don't think that their pain is ever going to end.
Josh Ludwig said he knows a similar suffering.
I would say it started with feeling very low, having low self-esteem.
Josh was a freshman at Boston University when he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and taken to an inpatient facility for treatment. He remembers first learning of his diagnosis.
Felt like a death sentence.
Two of Josh's longtime friends, Georgina and Samantha, were there for Josh when he was in a dark place. Their message to others in a similar position: all you have to do is say, I'm here.
I do feel like I was consistently like, hey, I'm still here. If you want support, I'm here. If you want space, I'm here.
Licensed trauma-informed therapist Gina Moffa says that supporting the person who's struggling can make all the difference.
I think it is important for people around the person suffering to really reach out and say, I see you. Surviving suicide loss and other tragedies that can feel really confusing can make us feel really isolated and ashamed and rejected. And if we have our society and our communities and our friends also isolating us because they feel awkward or they don't know what to say or what to do, it can really further, leave us in distress.
Today, Georgina and Samantha say they're just happy to see Josh happy.
Smile on his face for once. I think the best success story is seeing that he's fulfilled and that he's happy and that he's graduating college and he did, all the things he set out to do.
I wish I would have heard that I wasn't the only one going through what I was going through.
For Adam Hernandez, the outcome was different. His daughter Jacqueline died by suicide just 3 weeks shy of her 18th birthday.
She was pretty much loved by anybody that knew her. Liked to be goofy and play around and just a really special person.
Adam says that while Jacqueline had attempted suicide 4 years prior, she had been in therapy and medicated since her attempt.
We didn't know how to handle that or what was happening because there was no warning for that.
He remembers August 11th, 2018, the last day they spent together, like it was yesterday.
We were just, laughing and joking and hanging out and watching movies like we always did. And everything was normal. I actually didn't text her like I usually would to tell her goodnight because I didn't want her to see a text message from Dad while She's out trying to have fun. And then I never got that chance again.
Adam says he fell into a deep depression for 2 years, after which point he started to process his grief and his pain, but he said it's been tough talking to others in his community about it.
A lot of it is like a lack of awareness. A large part of it also is stigma within communities, especially communities of color. I myself have gotten pushback from family members and people that I care about when I've suggested therapy or things like that.
Mafa says that oftentimes grief can be disenfranchised or invalidated, which she says could have a generational impact.
Millennials and Gen Zs have grown up not having it like sunshine and rainbows. And I think that there's a toughness and an ability to face things honestly that is misunderstood.
Her advice for survivors moving forward: give yourself permission to feel.
Let the feelings be what they are. Let the experience be what it is. It's good to take it back to the basics. Do nothing, drink water, take care of your body, eat good meals, and be around people who feel good. Let's take care of each other. Let's check in more with each other. Let's be less hard on ourselves.
And asking questions like,
what actually are my healthy patterns? What are the things, how do I create better boundaries in my life?
Experts say that when suicide survivors share their stories of resilience, it helps others with suicidal thoughts see another path forward. As Josh and Sarika continue to heal, they have found strength in sharing their stories with thousands of others.
Saved my life, being able to have those vulnerable conversations with others who might be struggling, whether that's people you know or people you don't, has had such a positive impact on me.
If I had had someone just come in and tell me in high school, you're not crazy, and that there is recovery and it's a possible thing, I don't think my journey would have looked the way that it did. Because there's so much power in telling your story.
Your 14-year-old self who didn't want to live and didn't see a reason to keep living, what would you tell her?
I think the thing that I would tell her is the pain that you are feeling is no match for the joy that is coming.
If you're experiencing suicidal thoughts, substance use, or another mental health crisis, please call or text the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. The line is free, and it'll direct you to a trained crisis counselor there to help you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.